You're watching ITV News Central. Still to come, the builder who found a diamond and surprised his girlfriend.
And temperatures are rising. Find out just how warm it's going to get in the West Midlands in a few minutes' time.
A bereaved husband and father whose family were killed in an arson attack in Leicester says a new Islamic centre is a fitting tribute to his wife and 3 children.
Dr. Mohammed Tawfiq Sattar's family were wrongly targeted in a revenge attack on their house last year. He lives permanently in Dublin, where he works as a neurosurgeon. He spoke exclusively to Rajiv Popat and showed him the new centre which he's opened in their memory.
You will be 12 years old.
Dr. Mohammed Tawfiq Sattar is proud of the new Islamic centre, which attracts people from all over Dublin. And he's becoming something of a local celebrity amongst those who visit. The Shoda Foundation of Ireland has a mosque, a school, a shop and acres of land for children to run around. It's hard to imagine that just a year ago, Dr. Tawfiq Sattar, who works as a neurosurgeon in Dublin, received a devastating phone call. His wife and 3 children, who lived in Leicester, died after their home was set on fire. They were wrongly targeted in a revenge attack. The centre was opened in memory of his family.
They will be so proud that what their vision was is fulfilling as well. Yeah. The idea was to bring the community together, the Muslim and the Irish community together as well.
Does the centre make you feel as if you are closer to your family?
Indeed, yeah. All the time my family is looking at this centre as well, and they are seeing us as well, yeah, how we are doing. And this is what keeping me going as well. Just continue doing my job, and in fact doing the job much more highly professional as well, yeah.
People of all ages come here. It's open 7 days a week for prayer and play.
And now I know more people. Like I know the Muslim community more. We come together every weekend and we just have fun.
It's really good because they let you learn a lot. They have a good learning system, and after we learn, we go outside to play soccer a lot.
If I wasn't at the centre learning, then I'll be really bored at home just sitting down on the sofa.
Before the school, my son, when you give him a cap, a hat to wear, he throws it away. But now, the hat is part of his dressing. In response to Arabic class, he could read, and he has never attended any Arabic class.
What do you like about the school?
The bouncy castle, friends, the teachers and the school.
Parents told me they can't believe what difference it's made to the children's lives.
This is such a fantastic facility, and we are thankful to Dr. Tawfiq Saab, who has kind of taken the initiative for the welfare of all the Muslim community in Ireland.
There is not much facilities in Dublin, and the way Dr. Tawfiq is handling the kids, especially not only the religious education, he has blended with the extracurricular activities.
It was Shanila, it was your wife that was the brains behind the centre, wasn't it?
True. And she's the one who was planning as well, yeah. So that the people become good part of the community and society, and everybody help each other. Everybody respect each other.
3 weeks ago, the Shahida Zainab Primary School opened. It's named after his daughter Zainab, who was 19. 15 children aged between 4 and 5 attend.
This is the first ever school in the history of Ireland for the Muslim private Islamic school. They learned the values, the true values of the religion Islam. They learned the Arabic language. At 10:30 until 1:40, they learned the Irish curriculum, and they have exactly the same Irish curriculum.
Tomorrow, Dr. Tawfiq Sattar tells me how his devotion to Islam helps him cope with his loss and gives him hope and strength. Rajiv Popat, ITV News, Dublin.
Well, next tonight, fashion designers from across the Midlands are showing off at the UK's annual Fashion Week in London for next season's styles.
Yes, the event is worth millions to the industry, with the UK style being popular across the world. As David Wood reports, the emphasis of this year's event is to promote new, up-and-coming designers.
For the followers of fashion, this is the look for next spring and summer. And at the London Week, the biggest UK designers show off their ideas on the international stage. The catwalk styles may not all make the high street, but designers are keen to catch buyers' eyes. And among those scrambling for attention and new customers is handbag design company Bottle Top.
It's always good to expose our new collections at London Fashion Week. I mean, it's growing season by season. It's becoming more recognised as as one of the main fashion weeks in the world. And being a London brand, it's very important for us to be able to showcase in our home city.
And it's young designers who take centre stage at the show, with some supported by major fashion houses.
We're known famously for our emerging talent. We've got the very best fashion colleges here in the UK, and it's the graduates from there that start their businesses in London that give us that enviable reputation.
London is one of the 4 big fashion weeks across the world. More than 5,000 people come here every year, keen to spend on the latest trends. And when they spend big. More than £100 million is spent here every year. And on the catwalk, designs by Bora Aksu are hoping to attract some of that money. The designer says the UK has its very own unique style.
So I always kind of do things in my own way, and in London we don't much follow trends and stuff, but we do kind of our thing, and so it was my kind of personal taste of spring-summer offering, but it was very kind of, for me, romantic and kind of light as air, like, almost doesn't have a weight.
Whatever their inspiration and your opinion, the designers have made their mark. And as they now prepare for their next show in Milan later this week, they hope their styles, at least, will hang around for a little longer. David Wood, ITV News.
Feel underdressed?
We did say, didn't we, that if that was the style to come, then we'd obviously have to get with it, wouldn't we? And we weren't sure if you could find a tie to match a dress.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on now to our sports news, Steve.
Yeah, and it's all pretty good. You know what? I've got tries, I've got a hole-in-one, I've got a massive win for Villa and an even bigger win for Leicester.
ITV Central Sports Report, sponsored by WeWantAnyCar.com, the Cash for Cars website.
We start in the Premier League. Stoke came unstuck as Leicester secured the win they'd been so desperate for. West Bromwich Albion continued to look dodgy at the back. And Villa went to Anfield and stunned the Kop. A trip to Liverpool, the sternest test yet for Aston Villa. But they rose to the challenge. Gabriel Agbonlaho's persistence won a corner, which eventually would fall at his feet to put Villa ahead and stun the Anfield crowd. Villa's new man Tom Cleverley was on from the start and was lucky not to be stretchered off when he was caught by Adam Lallana. A free kick given and Philip Senderos had a chance to make it 2. In the second half, Philip Coutinho hit the woodwork as Liverpool pushed forward but failed to equalise. Villa are now second in the table. Stoke City had only lost twice at home since January when winless Leicester arrived. But both clubs' fortunes would change here, although Stoke started in the ascendancy, Peter Crouch within inches of securing the lead. Stoke's pressure counted for nothing when in the second half, Leonard Aluja finished off a smart passing move to give the Foxes a first win of the season. No such joy for West Bromwich Albion though, losing 2-0 at home to Everton. It took just 2 minutes for former Baggies player Lukaku to capitalise on a poor clearance. The second half saw the second goal, Kevin Morales' low drive slipping under keeper Ben Foster. So to the rest of the football, and Derby took a point from one of their most important games of the season. Coventry City began to settle back into the Rico, and Walsall finally got a win. We start though with Birmingham City, who are in decent form. After last season's dismal home record, it must have been a relief for Birmingham fans to see their team once again playing with confidence at St Andrews. They took the lead against Leeds with a superb effort from Wes Thomas. More Blues chances followed, but Leeds got the leveller in the second half through Alex Mowat. Brian Clough, the man who led both Derby and Nottingham Forest to their greatest successes, was remembered at the City Ground. In less than a week, it'll be the 10th anniversary of his death. For this match, a typical battling first half saw Derby concede in the second to a quality strike from Brett Assombalonga. Derby got their equaliser 10 minutes later though through Leon Best. The late sending off of Jake Buxton didn't affect the scoreline, and both Stuart Pearce and Steve McLaren looked pleased with the result at full time. No goals for Wolves in their trip to Blackpool, Michael Jacobs going close for Kenny Jackett's men. In League One, Coventry City saw 11,000 turn out for their second game back at the Ricoh Arena. Redder Johnson headed the Sky Blues in front. Yeovil levelled in the second half, Sam Foley on target. But Simeon Jackson pounced in the 68th minute to seal Coventry's third straight win in all competitions. On this evidence, it's hard to see how Walsall had gone without a league win since March. Romain Sawyer's putting them ahead against Preston. But when Joe Garner scored at the other end, Sadler's fans could have feared the worst. But they needn't have worried. The second half saw Tom Bradshaw head in to restore the lead. Preston had a man sent off before Paul Downing wrapped up the big win. Jordan Slew was brought down for a penalty and then slotted in the kick for Port Vale, but it was in a 2-1 loss at Crewe, a fifth straight defeat in all competitions. In League Two, Cheltenham and Shrewsbury both lost without scoring. Burton were our only winners. Lucas Atkins got the first against York, and John Mousinho smashed in to keep Albion 3 points clear at the top. Oh, pretty good goal, that one, eh? Now, Leicester Tigers made it 2 wins out of 2 in the Premiership. And new boy Freddie Burns, who arrived from Gloucester in the summer, made a big impact. This well-weighted grubber kick bouncing nicely for Anthony Allen to latch onto and take advantage of, before Burns himself converted the kick, his boot providing a total of 11 of the Tigers' 24 points to 20 win over Exeter. Well, Gloucester themselves recovered from their opening day thrashing by Northampton to beat Sale Sharks. They had it all to do after the visitors scored 3 first-half tries. The fight back saw Johnny May set them on their way to recovery.